Today we're continuing our quest to build more exciting alternate Lego to expand our Lego city. And so often is the case on this channel, we are doing it with some really good friends. Youmko and their sister company Barware have really helped us on our ballistic bricks journey. So often they have supplied absolutely amazing builds, but if you're new to this channel, what you might not know is sometimes they have also sent me bad builds. And what I always love about this company is they've always let me be honest. Sometimes I will build a set with them and I will have to say, listen, this is not the best quality, I can't recommend this, and they are okay with me posting that video and will continue to work with me. Some other companies insist I have to be positive and would rather have no video than me be honest. However, Youmko and Barware have always let me be honest, and I think that is what sets me up with them. I've worked with them so many times, and that honesty between us has really kept the relationship going. So the first time I've got a Youmko sticker, so that's pretty cool. Today we're back working on a modular, which I'm really excited about. We haven't done one of these in a while from Alternate Lego, and what have we got today? Today we have the hardware store. This looks absolutely incredible. The box art looks great, doesn't it? And yeah, I mean, what I love about this set, just looking at it, is it's just one of those modulars you see blend into a city, has some amazing detail, and just fits with everything else. We'll take a closer look at the box. And here is today's set. It is the hardware store. It looks absolutely amazing. It's 3,642 pieces. The box art looks absolutely amazing. And it really just looks like everything you'd kind of want out of a general modular. I love, again, the box art kind of showing some of the features of the set, which is always really nice. And even the back shows what each floor has to offer, which is just a bunch of detail and playability features, which is always really, really nice. We'll open it up and see everything that the set comes included with. So here is the instruction manual that we get with this set. Again, it keeps that nice graphic design. That looks really nice, pretty similar to the box. I really like the blue here. Now, looking at the instructions, they do look a little packed in, but not in too much of a noticeable way. I do think it is quite nice. You can see that we are going to get some stickers included in the set today, which is quite interesting, and we can kind of customize that as we go. So that would be really cool to see later on. Again, yeah, I mean, looking at these instructions, they look solid. The colors look nice. They look pretty good. Nothing is too crammed, and it looks pretty similar to a normal Lego instruction booklet. Next up, we have our traditional 32 by 32 grey base plate. Obviously, our first step of building this set will be to Mills plate this, but always nice to get something like this and a nice base plate. Doesn't seem too bad. We know we do have some quality problems with our base plates, but luckily, even with these alternate ones, normally once you get them on a nice Mills plate, they are perfect. Here is the sticker sheet we get included. Look how nicely these are printed. I can't wait to get these on. They definitely are going to add a nice bit of life to the city. And I do wonder how they're going to work, because there's quite a lot of stickers here, so we don't get to use them all. I'm definitely excited to use them on future builds and stuff like that. But yeah, these look great. And before we go into the main lot of bags we get, here are our two additional bag parts, like boxes, bags, whatever. So I think these are just general, like bigger pieces in here, and maybe just some spare pieces to keep you going in here, but we will see at the end of the build. And we can see today's set is going to include 14 separate bags. Obviously there are bags inside the bags, but very nicely labelled and very clear on what order to build if things are. Now that might seem quite obvious if you're used to building Lego, but sometimes alternate Lego can just come with all the pieces at once, which makes it difficult to then separate, and you're going to need a large space to build. This isn't a problem here, because we've got a bunch of bags which seem very nicely separated. 14 should do the job for a modular and separate it into nice buildable chunks. Now, for the good prices that Youmko and Barware are putting on for these kind of sets, I'm really excited to build this one and show you guys the final result. I do have a bit of a job ahead of me. I need to Mills plate and then build, but I can't wait to build this one and show it off. I think it's going to be one of my favorites I've done in a long time, so hopefully the build process matches that and we do have a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. Youmko are amazing for having so many different sets. You can basically find anything you want, from different modulars to big models. We've done so many videos with them that I definitely recommend checking out. But all the necessary links will be down in the description along with my codes and whatnot. So hopefully that will help you guys out too. Youmko at the moment are introducing more warehouses to make sure that shipping is quite cheap for everyone, which has been a bit of a problem in the past, to be honest. They have really great affordable sets, but their shipping cost a lot, which put a lot of people off. And I, reiterated what you guys have been telling me, and that was the main advice. So I passed that on to them, and they are definitely working on it, which has been really nice to see. But let's get into the build and let's see if this set is all I'm hyping up to be. It's a little bit after, the channel's been all over the place, but the build is now done. I love this one. Again, Youmko blowing it out of the water, absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to show you guys this one. And again, apologize for being gone. Literally, I was apologizing at the start of the video for being gone. Now I've been gone for even longer. It's been a crazy few weeks, months, been a crazy year, but really excited to finish this one and finally be back into the building. I'll get more on the end about some more content coming soon. But this is what everyone wants to see. It is done, and I am so happy with it. The hardware store looks absolutely fantastic, and it comes with so much stuff I didn't even think it would come with. I'm going to show you some of the accessories and what I thought of it, how the instructions rolled and everything, and then we'll get into the build. But yeah, good things coming up. So first of all, we got some minifigures. Wasn't expecting minifigures, didn't really advertise that, but they came with it. And now thinking about it, Youmko pretty much consistently comes with minifigures. I think I've only maybe had one set from the beginning of their founding that didn't have minifigures, but they always seem to provide minifigures and pretty good quality ones at that. So that's pretty exciting. Let's have a look at them. And here they are. You can get a little bit of a sneak peek of some of the build as well. But don't these all just look like normal minifigures, especially from afar? Now, yes, some of like the facial printing isn't what you'd maybe expect of a Lego minifigure, but honestly, you can't really tell the difference, especially in a big city like mine. They're just nice additions. I mean, I'm never buying these things for the minifigures anyway. I always just think they're a really nice addition. Now, sometimes the minifigures, you literally wouldn't even show them, but I have no problem showing these at all. The printing is actually really nice, especially some of the colors look really good. I'll show you some of the selection. None of these really have back printing or anything like that, but again, all the front printing is really nice. I really like what they're going for here. And again, like this one here, that guy in the middle, he really does look like a Lego minifigure in my opinion, when some of them maybe don't have as much accurate printing. But again, I mean, look at all the detail on this figure here. Looks absolutely fantastic, and even comes with an accessory. Really like it. Yeah, there's some really exciting stuff going on here, and I love how these minifigures turned out. I just think they're a really nice addition and definitely good enough for me. How about this then? This is our instruction manual for this one, and I had absolutely no issues at all building this one. It was all really good, everything went together, and the instructions were always really nice, and the colours were always really clear as well. Sometimes with alternate builds, I say it before on the channel, but you can get some tricky colours, things can look quite similar, and you can struggle a little bit, but again, absolutely no issues there. I found this all really nice to work with, and the instructions felt really professional as well. What Youmko are doing and how they've upgraded in this last year is incredible to see. How their sets are now with the separate bags and everything. They're so easy to build, even easier than some Lego sets, and always feel really great. Now, the only problem with this instruction manual was there was one bit that was wrong where it said to put this second floor on, and it was like one brick over to the side. Now, I think that's mainly common sense that you wouldn't do that anyway, but just in case it wasn't, you actually got this, which kind of shows off what not to do and how they've got that wrong, which they included in the set too, just so you know, which again, another step to just ensure that good product. This set is also fully customizable. I think we talked about the stickers at the start, but let me show you this. Without going too into depth with all these stickers around the build, you can see that there's quite a lot on here, which is really nice. Now, there's actually quite a few spare here as well. Now, this might seem a bit weird, but basically what this set encourages you to do is basically customize this for yourself. It gives you a bunch of stickers. Now, normally I wouldn't like stuff like that, but it was actually really fun, you know, and the build is still the same. You don't even have to include the stickers if you don't want to. But I thought, you know what, like this is the back of a build. Not many people will see this, and it's nice to just include some of this detail. And obviously we've got a few spare, so if we want to include these somewhere else on our city, we can, because it does give you the options. But yeah, I mean, there's some really, really nice selection of the different stickers that we could use on this one. But that's reminded me, actually, thinking about the stickers, was that this is the first Youmko set in a really, really long time, maybe even ever, that's included stickers, because they always have such amazing printed pieces. I'll show you a few of those now that are just visible on the build, but pretty much everything in their sets is all printed pieces, and they always look amazing. So even here, just on the side of the building alone, you can see a bunch of these printed pieces. Again, some more there, there's some more there. They really aren't afraid to just throw in quite a lot. Again, all of these are printed pieces. This hot dog stand has a bunch of printed pieces being here with the sources and the actual sign itself. They're really not afraid to go for some of that, and I really like that. The stickers were just a customizable thing, but all of these that are actually part of the build are always printed pieces, so you're always ensure that great quality, which I really, really like. Now, I'll get more into this in a minute when I show off the floors, but these two items look really good, but you might be thinking, why are they not in the build? Well, they actually give you the customizability on this top floor as well to include what kind of furniture you would like. Now, I've done a bit of a mix of the two, but these two are the ones spare, which I both really like, but it's nice because they can now go somewhere else in the city. Now, I'll quickly also go over some of these. So these were loads of spare pieces that we had. Now, we do actually still have this whole bag full of spare pieces, load of good quality pieces right there, which I'm really happy with. But separate from that, we've got a load of these. Now, I won't lie, like a lot of these are just the spare flower bits and stuff, which are really nice and pretty, like coloured and everything. But you might be thinking, what are these duffel bags for? Well, this was the one only problem I had with this set, was that you can't really put these duffel bags onto the studs that you're meant to. The quality of these just did not really go on. And that was literally the only problem I had. So it's just these two which were a problem. And it's really nice to have this big sticker as well for Youmko. I just, you know, reminder like what company you're doing it for, but just so impressed with them, and they've helped this channel out so much. And now we can kind of break apart this main build. Now, it just looks amazing. And what I really like about it, and it might sound like a bit of an unconventional thing to say, but even though this set has loads of life in it, there's loads of fantastic parts, I feel like among a whole city, it doesn't stand out spectacularly, but that is actually perfect. Even though that sounds like maybe a bit of a negative comment, I think it's kind of what it's designed to do. The colours are gorgeous, but they're also quite basic, you know, what you would see in a real life city. It's going for the realism aspect with some enhanced elements like this big arrow pointing inwards and like the big hot dog stand. And I think this is made for city builders like me who, you know, every single one of your builds can't be like stand out, look at me kind of builds, because then none of them are special and things can look a bit messy. This is a perfect like placeholder build where you've got lots of other stuff going on, but still looks amazing individually, which I really, really like. I love that touch. And as we go through the floors, you'll see how much detail is going on inside, but I just love that like simple look kind of going on outside. Got some cracked brick here, and the one problem here is that obviously some of these bricks will point out, so you can't really place this directly next to another build that will fill that space too. That is maybe one of the problems Youmko have had a few times, where they don't think about their compatibility with directly over some sets. But again, I'm sure you can find a space next to some corner builds and some other modulars that just don't have that same design. Again, loads going on here. You got a big walkway going up a little balcony there, which is really nice with the birds. Loads going on, and it's kind of how you get through the set. I really like the outdoor stairway actually. So I think Youmko have done really, really well. Bunch of hanging flowers and stuff. Looks quite busy here. Looks quite city-esque almost. Got still loads of more flowers down there. All look really, really good. But yeah, I think we're about ready to look on the inside of this. And again, literally took this off within 10 seconds of the last recording. Really easily modularized, and just makes it really nice to be able to then have a look. Now, obviously, this is meant to be like the actual hardware shop. So we've got lots of what you would expect a normal hard shop like hardware shop to have. Loads of printed pieces here, but looks so good. I mean, like checkered floor looks amazing. The amount of detail in some of this looks really, really nice. I'm a really big fan of some of this. Got like a lawnmower out the front, a bunch of tools. That wheelbarrow looks great. But yeah, just like even this, like at the front, all these different like chainsaws and stuff like that. Little Canadian flag looks really fun. A plunger, part of that big shelf, which all looks really nice. An open drawer down there. But yeah, I just love all of this detail. Got a bit of a ladder going on there, which is really nice. And just, yeah, the amount of detail is quite staggering, really, when you think about it. But it looks perfect for the amount of detail you can fit in a Lego set without looking too messy, which I think, to me, is the perfect mixture. Then we add on the second floor. This one is more of an office looking place. We've got like a printer over there, some just basic office. You can see it's obviously the brick by brick real estate, which is positioned up here. A simple like meeting office with 2 chairs to have those kind of sit down talks about some of the real estate in our Lego city going on, and then just a waiting room table down here with the balcony going out. Again, nothing too crazy, but really nice small details which just enhance the set like a little bit better than it already has, and obviously links down really well to the minifigures down here. But yeah, you can really quickly start to think of some creative ideas of how to position these minifigures and what they might be doing at this place. Quite easily pop that roof off to look at the top here, which is an apartment someone is just moving into. Now that's what I mean with the details. So we can see obviously a bit cracked up here, quite like freshly moved into, but we can instead change it to some of these things down here if you instead choose to. Obviously, you got a bit of a lamp going on there, some kitchen space, which is really nice, full of printed pieces, and just a nice little sofa with a bathroom there, which is really nice. Again, just the detail, really simple, but really effective. Nothing too messy. Everything looks really, really nice. With that walkway up, again, it just makes more sense for the Lego City to have a bunch of apartments positioned above our everyday shops and working environment, which is really, really nice. And just like that, we add the roof back on and we have our full build again. I just think this looks absolutely incredible. I'm really, really impressed. And I'm just super happy with this build. It, of course, goes without saying, this is Ballistic Bricks approved. I really can't think of much more to say than that. It was really impressive, and I've got to say, Youmko are doing some really great things. My next few videos are going to be Youmko orientated because they have really supported me during this time off. But what I've got to say as well is you guys as a community, the support I've been getting has been absolutely amazing. I see all the messages, I see all the comments, but loads of nice messages on my Instagram and my email, and I really support it all. Obviously, I've done a few videos talk about what I've been up to, working on some films with some actors you may know from big TV shows and big films and stuff like that. And I've also been working on my own projects, so I'll always keep you guys updated when stuff like that is coming up. But yeah, I'm definitely taking a bit of a turn back to the YouTube now, hoping to get some more consistent videos out over the next month and just kind of, you know, kick a bit of life back into the channel. I've had some really great help with some family, helping me build some stuff, but this one, fully built by me, fully enjoyed by me as well, more importantly. Like I say, Youmko and Barware, obviously they are sister companies, are doing some absolutely amazing stuff right now that I really support. I love what they're doing, and I'm so grateful that they keep working with me and letting them review their products. I'm always really impressed, and they've never really let me down. But if you're a long time watcher of this channel, you may know the times where their build haven't been as good, they've always let me be really honest about it, and even say Ballistic Bricks not approved to their builds when it's, you know, been that scenario. But I've not had that in so long. Every single time I have a complaint or some feedback, they always listen and improve their sets from there, which is why it's been one of my favorite companies to keep working with. I'm so lucky to be in the position I am. And I just want to say on a bit of a personal note, we're going to go into some more videos later on in the month, hopefully showing it off. But we have now been on this account for 2 years, which is really crazy to think about. So everyone who's been here for the last 2 years, thank you so much for being part of this journey. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It really means the world. But I've loved it. I've loved the last 2 years. I've loved growing the channel. We're almost on 6,000 subscribers right now. If you would have told me 2 years ago I would have 600 subscribers, I would have been really happy. 6,000 is crazy, and I just can't say much more. You know, I don't want to be one of those people who's like, oh, go hit subscribe and everything. If you're new here, I really appreciate you watching this video. I hope you have enhanced your decisions and thinking of alternate Lego, because it's a bit of a scary thing. But once you get into it, which a lot of people have, I know from this channel, which I'm really grateful for, a lot of them have come to enjoy it a lot, which is great. I've had loads of really nice messages about people who would never have been able to afford this kind of stuff, and the city I have and the city they can now have, because that they've opened their mind to alternate Lego, which is super great. Lego are pricing us out a little bit. I love Lego and I love what they do, but they are pricing us out a bit. And the fact that you only get one Lego modular a year and all that for a really extortionate price is crazy to think about when we build like a modular pretty much every other week on the channel for a really good price. So it's a lot to think about. I'm going to leave all the links for this and to Youmko down in the description below. Using those links really help me out on the channel because it helps me keep doing things and doesn't change anything. Youmko are really greatly priced and opening more warehouses around the world to keep the prices low for everyone. I know the shipping can be a bit scary on those, but they are definitely improving that, again, with some of the feedback I've had from you guys, which I always like to listen to as well and, you know, forward on to them. But guys, thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for all the support, and thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you later. Bye.